Hi everyone, and welcome back to Crochet Rocks. My name's Tracy, and this is part 2 of my inexpensive yarn store review in the UK. So if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be informed when there are new videos. I've got lots and lots of tutorials and loads of goodies, live streams, blog chats, all sorts of stuff, giveaways. So that being said, this one is a review on the UK cheaper stores. Are they any good? Are they yarn any good? So this particular one is regarding a store called B&M, and they are an anything shop. They sell, as are most of the stores that I'm dealing with here. Previously I did Poundstretcher, and they're very similar. They all sell a multitude of stuff, whether that comes like kitchen stuff or storage containers or garden equipment. It could be anything that they sell, but they've got the little sections where they have yarn, and some of their branches are better than others, and that, I believe, is purely down to the managers and the ordering. But some of the yarn they sell looks cheap, and I wouldn't purchase. But then every so often they'll have a few bits in that just, well, are lovely, and I take a chance on them and been very impressed. So let's just have a look at some of the things I've made with their yarn and how they've performed. So you might have seen I have a tutorial on my channel for a baby box. It's a baby box granny blanket, and it's made with this sparkle yarn, and it's all different colours. I've got it here to show you actually, so I might as well show you that first. This is the baby box granny, and there's the glitz yarn. It's got pink, blue, minty green, and a kind of purpley mauve and white. And so and here's the border. I've recently just did this border because I finished it in white, but we just recently found out the baby's going to be a girl, so I've edged it with the pink. So that was the baby box granny, and I made that with this yarn. I haven't got all of the colours left. I've got a couple of balls of mint green and some of the white, and I do have a little bit more of the pink, but not so much now. And I've probably got some in a container somewhere, because I think I had some left over. But this is lovely. This is Baby Sparkle, and it's not expensive. It's $1.99 for 100 gram skein. They are still selling this now. It's lovely and soft. It's really squishy, so it's good for a baby. Sometimes baby yarn isn't always. Now this will tell you it's 95 acrylic and 5% metallic, which is the Lurex thread that runs through it. And for once, we're now getting some of our information, some meters on there, so that's pretty good. It tells you all of the machine washing instructions and all of the necessary, and we've got the shade number and the dye lot, so everything there is what you need. So $1.99, that's pretty inexpensive for a sparkle baby yarn, and the colours are lovely. So when I made my blanket, I was particularly interested in, when I used that yarn and went through quite a lot of it as I did, whether there were joins in it that shouldn't really be there, how they put their joins together, and whether the colour was consistent and stuff. Because those things really, I've kind of felt in the past when I've gone to a cheap store, then that's what you sometimes get. But no, perfect. All the way through, that yarn was just consistent, nice. No joins, and if there were a join, it wasn't any worse and more frequent at all. There was, if I had any joins, they were just not noticeable. That there were, you always get a join somewhere in yarn, but I have to say it was just as good as the expensive versions. Now I do have from Hobbycraft, a baby sparkle blue, and it's just a little bit brighter than this blue, and I've got 3 skeins of it. It seems exactly the same, apart from the colour is a little bit deeper, but the actual yarn itself and the fact that the softness of it and everything, it just seems identical. So I would say I paid a lot more for that coming from Hobbycraft than I did from B&M. Now the next one that I made that you might remember on my channel, this one is called my Baby Bobble Rainbow Blanket, and that's also on my channel at the moment under one of my playlists. And I made this with this really lovely variegated yarn. It's baby two-tone, machine washable DK again. It's like the marble yarns, you know, you get James C. Brett marble, and then you get that lovely one from Poundland with bright colours. But they're all a kind of baby marble, but these just call it baby two-tone. So where you've got the colour, which is kind of variegated, but it also has the white in with it all the time. It comes in 100-gram balls, and it is really squishy soft. $1.99 again, really inexpensive. All of the machine washable instructions, and comes with all the usual necessary information. But this one, I can't see right this moment any yardage. So I think they're just probably on the newer ones, because this one's a little bit older. I've had this a little bit longer. Perhaps they've been listening to people like myself who have been saying, you know, we really would like to see how many yards we've got. But I can't see it on this label, unless you can, of course, but I can't. It's not there. But lovely stuff nonetheless, and it worked up really, really well. I enjoyed working with this yarn. There were no problems with it. There were no unnecessary constant joins. The colours were consistent, and the whole thing was just perfect all the way through. Now the only time I've seen this yarn anywhere else was actually in Poundland. A very, very similar colour, and of course they do 350-gram balls for £2, so that works out slightly cheaper than this. But I like 100-gram balls when I can get them, and Poundland don't always have it, and especially at the moment they've got very little in the store all the time. But this was lovely, and I'm not sure if it's exactly the same as the Poundland. I haven't compared them side by side for softness, but I think so. Actually, I can, because again, sorry, don't mean to knock the camera, but it is in fact on my mile a minute. It's right there. So I think it feels the same. It feels exactly the same to me. But that's upside down, isn't it? There we go. I think. Hard to say. Yeah. But no, it doesn't feel any softer to me. It feels the same. So, and works up just as well as an expensive yarn. So, on the whole, really, really pleased with that one. Now, I've just got a new project. I showed you on my last video that I've been working on this. And this particular pink one here is this one. And I bought these some time ago. I bought a blue, a lemon, a green, and a pink, and I bought a few of each. So this is my last ball of pink, because I've been working on that blanket, and I probably will need to break into this one ball for it, because it's getting very, very low. I don't think I've got enough to finish it, but I've still got quite a bit of all these other colours. I originally bought it to make a rainbow blanket, and I've used the pink, so I won't be able to do that. But I'm not sure of the quantities I've got left of any of these anyway, but they are lovely, absolutely lovely and soft. They're just called Deluxe Baby Yarn, 100-gram balls, Little Daisies. So, no, Little Dreams, sorry. It was because it's silver and the light shining on it. Little Dreams Boutique. Absolutely lovely. Now, we've got 100% acrylic and the yarn length, which is brilliant. So maybe they will be putting that on there now. But again, all the washing instructions are there. And turn it up the right way. You've got all the usual dye lot, shade numbers, etc. But I have to say, I've been really pleased with all of the I used this one as well in one of my recent projects, and I've been really pleased with it. It's so soft and it's really nice to work with, and it does work up really well. You can feel when you're working with it, you can feel good quality yarn, and I think you can always feel that whether it is good quality or not. So I'm just going to pop that pink over there because I'm going to carry on with that in a moment. So that's baby yarn, and I also bought some chunky baby yarn, which of course one of them is right in the bottom of this bag. So I did buy white as well, and the white has confetti colours, but the blue obviously just has different colour blue specks, and the pink just has different colour pink specks. Now this is really soft. I mean, it is so soft. It's just lovely. And again, they are $1.99 for 100 grams, and they are just beautiful. Again, 100% acrylic, but I would say that feels like a premium. And the length's there, everything's there, and it just feels gorgeous. I've used this and I've been so impressed with it, I've bought more. It is just really good yarn. So on the whole, at the moment, I would say, I'm just going to put my project over there, that I've been so impressed with the B&M yarn that they've had recently. There's been some that I've not been. I had some mohair that I bought from there, and it's not really their fault. I turned out to be allergic to it, so I had to find that a new home, and I gave it away in one of my giveaways. So I've also got quite a lot of what I would say is adult yarn, and these, apart from the fact that they just fall apart a little bit, which is a bit annoying, this is the Heritage range super soft twist yarn, 100%. Well, it says knitting yarn, 100 grams, but it is 100%. No, it's not. 80% acrylic and 20% polyamide. I thought that was 100% acrylic. Never mind. But they are showing the meters, and this is, I've had this a while, so it's just a bit sporadic then. They do it on some and not on others. Perhaps it depends where they get their yarn from as to whether the band displays it. Maybe that's the answer. But all of the rest of the information that you need is there. They never display that little symbol for some reason that everybody else does, that has the symbol with the yarn weight on it. But this one, where are we, doesn't say what it is, but I'd say that's a chunky, like a 5 weight. That's what I think it is. But I got that in this lovely teal colour as well. And I like these. They're really nice, very soft, good to work with, and been quite impressed with them. So recently they've brought this one into the mix, and this is absolutely one of my favourites. It's much softer. $1.99 again, super soft twist yarn, and it is just amazing. I love this colour. It's so beautiful. Exactly the same, I think, although it does feel so much softer, which is odd. But to go with it, I bought this, and this is again their Serenity luxury yarns. They don't display the size again, but you know it's a chunky. This one is slightly different, 97% acrylic and 3% viscose, and not so much in the way of yardage. I think it's probably a little. Does it look thicker to you? Nope, looks about the same. But I thought they would go together nicely. And I also got this lovely brown, which I thought all three of them went together really well. And so, like the last time I went in, I managed to get some more of this and another couple of those, but no more brown, unfortunately. But that's just the twist again, and it's beautiful. I don't know why, because it is the same, but this, I think some colours do though, don't they? quite often some colours just feel softer, but this one feels just dreamy soft, and it does work up really, really well. So quite impressed with those. And the last one that I have got to show you, I haven't used this yet. I bought some ages ago. I was going to make a scarf with it, and this is the Ombre Luxury Home and Co. These are $2.99. These are more expensive, but they do display the meters. So this one is an acrylic, 72% acrylic and 18% wool. Very, very soft for wool, and they do it in this lovely lilac colour. I do have it in a black and white and grey. Unfortunately not enough for a project I want to make. I didn't, in those days, when I go in the store, I wasn't really thinking about quantities, just getting a little bit to use it and to see what it's like. But I haven't actually used this yet. I like the way this is wound though. I find this stays nice and compact. I wish they'd sort of wound them a lot of them like this, but I think they're probably getting their yarn from different places, because Home & Co, that's not what these are called. But I do love this range. I just hope that those balls that I have there don't go like these have, but it doesn't feel like it's wound the same way. But on the whole, I have to say, the majority of the yarns that I've got from B&M have all performed really, really well. They've all made up in their projects really, really well. I've been pleased with them. I think they're as good as any expensive yarn that I've used. The ones that are not so good, I'll leave on the shelf. But there are some. You know, it's like any other of the inexpensive stores. They do have some yarns that I'd look at and I wouldn't touch, but they do also carry the large Aran balls for the Aran knitters who make the cable jumpers and things like that, cable sweaters. But majority of their yarn, the fashion yarn, is lovely, and I've had absolutely no problems with it. I've not had any breaks in the colour. I've not had any untold amount of joins and all of those things. They work up really nice, and I've just been really impressed. So on the whole, good report for the yarn that you can get from B&M. The only criticism I would say, like so many of the inexpensive stores, you got to get it when you find it. And then once their shelves start to run out of yarn, they'll get more in, and they might get that one again, but they might not get it until the next time they order yarn. So it's a little bit hit and miss. You have to, if you see it, you've got to get it, basically, because you just don't. And I don't think the way their stores work, it's not like they put in, oh, we've run out of ombre, let's put in an order for ombre. They just get a yarn delivery and they don't really know what's coming. I've had a word with the lady who worked the department, and she basically said that they don't know what they're getting in. It just comes in, and if it comes in, you're lucky, because I wanted some more of this. I wanted to make a bigger project. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I will be doing parts 3, 4, maybe even 5, but that's for now. I will possibly do them a little bit later on, but they'll all have the same title, just with different part numbers. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I shall see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye for now.